Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back once again. Well, look, I want to tell you something. Thought came across my mind. Figured it might be interesting to you as well. It's about the haves and the have-nots. We have a system established before us, and it really says you can give everything that you got. In fact, that is basically required, they say, in order to be on the side of the haves, because there's a reward for those who supposedly excel, and excelling means basically getting on that side. But usually when there's a competition going on, it might move us way on up the line of understanding or knowledge or whatever, trying to be more successful than another. But when that part is over, you got a winner and you got a loser. And so you watch that as it go all up the chain, all of the different times. And we have what we have. And you still offer that as being the best way. That doesn't make any sense to a person who is thinking. That sounds like a program. That sounds like a thought that has been imposed on people and stopped their thinking, and they bought into it. And if they started thinking again, which it seems that the system is designed to make sure they never do that, they'll come up with a conclusion that, hey, there got to be a better way, because we are all here. And we are here not to come here and die, even though there's some people say that the world is supposed to be split up and it's an arena for competition to see what nation can outdo one nation or outdo another nation. If you want to talk about outdoing another nation with love, I can understand that. Nobody suffers at that. But when you start talking about outdoing another nation at all costs, and you want to be the biggest bully, you want the biggest stick, and you're willing to do the worst and most aggressive, egregious thing to people to have your way. Golly. That's built in like some con game. I mean, who would go along with that? Well, you have the haves and have-nots because the have-nots have gone along with it. There's a signal that says no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Well, that basically says that anytime justice raises up a foot and back up, immediately from the removement of that foot rises the confrontation, rises the resistance. And then it either fixes itself, cures itself, or it just blows up into all of the different phases it has gone through in our lifetime. Well, to me, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes down to the haves and have-nots, whoever made it for us. And we can play any game we want to play, but we can't be forced to play any game we choose not to play. And the game that we play is that everybody has access to, and that includes us. And we get our access, and you get your access. Now, what you do with it is your business. But to impose that on a thinker, that's not happening. And I'm speaking honestly to you now. History tells us that these people are people like Gandhi, like Malcolm X and Medgar Evers, and the three little boys down in Philadelphia, Mississippi, or the white lady from Detroit. I mean, everybody who committed themselves to a change and were killed because of it, they are the bright lights, they are the stars that a thinker sees. And to capitalize on it all is one. They call Jesus the Christ. Now, I don't know, people ask that, well, there was no Jesus, this is all this and all of that. Well, let's say this. let's say there was no genie, but the story goes on. There were no three little pigs, but the story goes on. And if they can go on, then why not the story of Jesus? I tell you what, it has a wonderful, wonderful outcome. And what is that outcome? The outcome is that we, the people, recognize who we are. And we begin to live. And we let all of that deception that robbed us not anymore. And now we don't take advantage of our thinking to abuse anyone. We take advantage to satisfy all of us, judged upon the principles of what is proper. Now, the haves and the have-nots is a sign. Let me tell you this. In a religious community, like in America, the haves and have-nots represents a nation, a divided house. It represents the absence of God. It doesn't matter what side you are on, God ain't there. You might not have a thing, God ain't there. You might have everything, God ain't there. Because where God is, it's like your torso, and you got all that, and you got a left hand, and you got a right hand. So your one hand represents not having anything. The other hand represents having everything. And look out there, what's happening. But by having the right thinking, it exercises that thinking. And it starts bringing these two hands together. Because the truth of the matter is, when any hand reaches out to achieve anything, and you require some support, you want another hand. And so now by this thinking process, we bring these hands together, and by joy, there's nothing going to pull us apart. And even if you pull us one way, we're all growing. You pull us the other way, we're all growing. Why? Because we're connected. We're connected together. And it just goes just like that. But then something comes along and pulls us apart. But we're going to fix that. That's what this is all about. We're getting rid of the have-nots. Amen? Say it with me. We're getting rid of the have-nots. Because what we're going to do, my friends, we're going to put man out the seat of power and control of our lives. We're going to replace it with a spirit that's so wonderful, so magnificent that it embraces all of us. And since it does, we're going to call that spirit God. And we're going to treat that spirit like the only way we can show our appreciation for it is respecting what that spirit has done, and that has given each of us existence. And so we're going to respect each other. We're going to respect one another as we want to be treated. We're going to exercise the golden rule. And by doing that, we're honoring that we are not God, that someone or something else is. And so that brings us all to an equal thing. Nobody's bigger or better or worse or slower or lower than anybody. Now, you know, everybody who just heard me, you know I am. You can't come with the truth any clearer than that. And in it, the only ones that's hurt are the abusers, the ones who are working by design to destroy. Other people might just be following it, but even they, after hearing this, know exactly the truth. So why would we walk any other kind of way? Why would we be thinking about focusing on Donald Trump and the Republicans and what they're going to do in the midterms if the Democrat can turn some seats, and how they're going to deal with Trump, and all this time is going to be wasted on some old crazy bull stinking rotten stuff when we can be living? These brothers, in every situation that is going on right now, everybody that's guilty and played a role in this or that, it's just a reflection of the understanding about life that they have gotten out of this man-generated society. That is the fact. This society created Donald Trump and all those just like Donald Trump. This society created those Republicans and fundamentalists and evangelicals who are going along with Donald. This society has created all of that. So, who wants that? This is why we have to get rid of the have-nots by getting rid of the haves only and putting it in the seat of God. And God has a plan. And that plan will be implemented. Okay? All right. Thank you so very much for giving me this moment again to come back and share with you. Bye-bye.